Hi, this is an introductory video into the social event. It's Shaun's mountain bike challenge. The intention is just to get a lot of people together, have fun, have a ride over 3 months in our city of Port Elizabeth. How it's going to work is this. We have a stage per month. Each stage will consist of a big boy loop. So a loop of roughly 30 to 35 kilometers where you will need to be relatively fit in order to get yourself around it. A cross-country loop of around about 5 kilometers inside as a leg 2 inside the month, and then also a downhill section of most probably 2 kilometers. You obviously don't need to be fit for the downhill section, you just need to be brave and get yourself down the hill as fast as possible. The trick is you need to have Strava, because I'm going to be using Strava as the timekeeping device for this entire thing. If you don't have Strava, you need to get it. Free app, no problem. So how it'll work is, in the month of May, I will create a route which will be a big boy loop, a cross-country loop, and a downhill section. 9 times out of 10, the downhill section, I will try to keep it inside the big boy loop, so you don't have to do it twice. Inside your big boy loop, you'll obviously then collect 2 times for that, and make it easier. Remember, you can do as many of these sections as you want through the course of the month. You don't only do them once, so you don't only do it on the Saturday. You can do it on the Saturday, the big boy loop, for example, and then you can go and do the downhill section as many times as you want, or you can do the downhill section once, and you can do the big boy loop as many times as you want, or the cross country. The intention would be that at the end of the month it now closes. I will then accumulate all of the times, and we will then get the leaderboards together, which I will explain a little bit later how the leaderboards work. If for some unknown reason you do not do it, so you do not do the big boy loop, you only do the cross country loop and the downhill section inside of the big boy loop, and you don't complete the entire big boy loop, or you are too busy on business and you happen not to do the cross-country loop, for example, I will take an average of all of the times and then add 25% to that. So for example, if the big boy loop is 2 hours, and on average for all of the competitors, you will then get 2.5 hours allocated to you so that you remain in the running. Obviously the 25 penalty would be quite hard to overcome, get yourself anywhere near any of the stage winners. So how the winning will work is each month we will have a stage winner. So for the month of May, June and July, we're going to have 3 stage winners. I will also then run a leaderboard and a general classification on top of that. Inside that, we will also have a leaderboard that is one of the big boy loop, one of the cross-country loop, one of the downhill loop. So regardless, even if you are completely unfit and you decide only to get yourself into the general classification and leaderboard on the downhill section, then so be it. You're a little bit crazy and not so fit, but you could also get onto the podium. One of the catches is that entry fee is $300, so it's about $100 a month. All the funds raised for this event will be used for either prizes or for beer at the end of the race. So in August we will all get together. We will have a braai and a couple of beers. So this no money is going to be going into my pocket. It'll be audited obviously by somebody, I'm not sure. And we will then take all the 300 Rand multiplied by the number of entries, and we will buy beer and have a great time. I'll be making a video each month of the courses with some tips and also some cautions. So I'm going to ride it with my GoPro a little bit earlier and put some tips on. Also included in my tips is that if you only want to do the big boy loop once in the month, but you would like to go down to the bike park in order to go and do the downhill section 15 times, I will then show you how to get to the downhill section without having to kill yourself doing the big boy loop over and over and over again. These little tips, I'll also use my vast experience to give you some heads up as to where the sections start, if there is a section inside the big boy loop, and also where they end, and also some pointers as to what to watch out for. Where does it get rocky, where does it not get rocky, what's easy, where do you need to go, where don't you need to go, what average speeds you need to maintain, who is currently king of the mountain for this particular route all over, including the entire cycling community, Also, average speeds for various sectors. So watch the videos. They could be handy. I'm sure I'll get better and better each time we do these things. And remember, you can ride these things as many times as you want. The intention of this event is to get different people to ride with different people, and friends that normally ride together to ride with other friends, just to enlarge the cycling community and the mountain bike community in PE. And what I will also try and do is that in the middle of each month, so in the middle of May, I will upload a video also onto my YouTube account, which you need to register for and subscribe for, as you will then get updates as to who's winning, who's on the leaderboard, who's on the general classification board, who's fallen, who hasn't fallen, some funny ideas, some funny tips, and just a little bit of a humor. Leaderboards will also be posted onto the website, which you need to add into your favorite bar. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I'll give you details soon as to how to do that. If you don't know how to do that, ask your son or your daughter. If you still do not know how to do it, give me a call and I will get somebody to help you in that regard. Also making a favorite out of my website, because all the details will be supplied on the website in order for you to be in the loop on communication. Alright, so that's pretty much me. Hope I am clear as to what we're going to be doing. So what's next? Get hold of an entry by any means possible.
It's 5 o'clock.
Phone me, phone somebody you know that's inside this thing. It's quite a closed community. It's going to be quite an elite event. Details will then be supplied. Also remember that entries close on the 30th of April at midnight, and all monies need to be paid into the coffers at that stage in order to be locked away in the drawer in my office. Watch out for the next movie, as the next movie is going to show the legs and the stages, which are already complete and planned. Just have to make the videos with the tips, which will then air on my YouTube channel on the 30th of April as well. Because Tuesday is the 1st of May, is a public holiday, I will try to get a group ride together in order to go and do the Big Boy Loop together, so that everybody can get to understand what it entails. What does the Big Boy Loop look like? We will try and put you into categories as to different speed levels, so that you can maybe, even if this is the only time you're going to do the Big Boy Loop, then you can do the hottest lap as you can get, and you can actually participate and start putting a time down. Just a point to remember, you need to have Strava to participate. I recommend you subscribe to my channel and make my website your favorite in order to help with the communication channel. Inside Strava, I'm also going to make a club so that anybody can go and register in the club, and you can basically keep track through the course of the month prior to the mid-month update from myself as to who's doing what, who's riding, who's not. Give the guys kudos, talk about it, and activate in that regard. I will also make a WhatsApp communication channel so that we can communicate when rides are going, so that if, for example, Joe or myself is going on a ride on a Saturday morning, we will then post it, what time are we leaving, when are we expected to come back, and what are we going to be doing on that ride, so you can join, you can participate, or maybe not. You can go in the afternoon because you have church on a Sunday morning, and maybe Ian is going in the afternoon. You guys can get together and go and ride together. Also note, one important note, is that each rider is responsible to pay the bike park fee himself, as it's not included in the entry fee. Remember, the entry fee is only there to buy beer and meat for the after party, and a couple of gimmicks for the winners of the various events. And look, we haven't got a beer sponsor yet, so I've covered the label. I'm wearing a completely logoless shirt because we are going to be sponsored. I've got no doubt this is going to take off and turn into a massive sponsorship event. So I will talk to you again on the 30th of April. One or two things that I'd like to bring to your attention is the following. I'm just going to show you what the website looks like. So if we go here, that is what the website looks like. You can have a look and see that around there is the website name. So I've also used a green screen, and I've created quite an elaborate idea about what the website is. There you can see it, Shaun's mountain bike, Shaun's MTB .onuniverse.com. So if you get onto that, you will then be able to find out how to register, because here's the registration button. You click on the registration button over there, and it will take you to a document which you need to fill out. It's got one or two details inside it, cell phone number, name, etc. And I will then contact you in order to make sure everything else happens. What also is important on the website is at the bottom over here, you see there's a link to my YouTube channel. If you click on my YouTube channel, it's going to take you immediately to my YouTube channel, which looks like that. And you then can subscribe to my YouTube channel, because inside the top area over here, you're going to have all the necessaries and the videos that show you what is going to go. Just to give you an idea, on my Strava channel, that is my Strava handle over there, Shaun Uys, Port Elizabeth, Eastern Cape. Going back to the green screen, just to show you, there's my logo, Niner bike on the side. It's a red Niner logo. I've given you a graphic depiction of it via Koki pen, and the YouTube channel. Then if you go to the YouTube channel, just search Shaun Uys, see me on a phone on a bike in a Conti kit, you will know that you're at the right place. So really look forward to joining a couple of people on the ride. Get an entry any way possible. Entries are limited, and we will have a cut-off date, or maybe even a cut-off number, prior to the end of the month. Thank you.